How did Mickey try and manage you when you were maybe going through a period where you weren't as disciplined as you should have been?
To be fair, he always Mickey had always my back. This is crazy. He always had, and I'd say maybe that's why the finish didn't end up like I was dropped, and maybe he had enough. And don't get me wrong, I would still say, I shouldn't have been dropped. I was only 30 years of age. I think I had another couple of years left. But
this was, as just for people who don't remember, because it was weird even from afar. It was 1 year you were there, and then he's not there.
Yeah.
And it seemed you played a couple of challenge matches, and Tyrone played Dublin in the league final that year and lost, and the forwards weren't good, and people thought, well, Mulligan's going to come back here.
That's when it hit me, to be honest with you. That's when I knew it was the end. And then I watched Tyrone got the semi-final that year again and was beat by Mayo.
Yeah.
And the forwards weren't that hot there, and I had Joe McMahon on to me, right, he come back, and I says, I can't make that decision.
Yeah.
It's not me. And then somebody says, you need to ring that man. And I says, look, if somebody wants to do a job for me, or if somebody wants to hang a door, they have to ring you to ask.
And did he ring you to say, look, thanks for the last 10 years and we're done?
No, we didn't.
So that's a bit of a sickener.
Yeah, that was. And we never spoke for a while, and then I texted him. It was the last Ulster final, and I said, congratulations.
Right.
Great to see you smiling again. And I just says to myself, I'm not holding a grudge with a man I respect so much. I wasn't going to do that. He's a ruthless man, that's why he's so good.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to start, don't get me wrong, did I hate him? Did I hate him for a year? Of course I did.
Yeah.
Of course I did. Every player, would go through that. But just to see, it was just if your body is controlled for the last 15 years to go and play for Tyrone and train, and when it's took off you, it's just you go into shock. You go into shock. And then, people say, you're saying, what are you doing with yourself? You're still training but you're training by yourself. And you lose that sort of whole team ethic. You're saying, geez, what's going on here? You're going to watch Tyrone in the league. People's coming up to you and saying, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I said, I can't play. Sure, I'm not picked or not chosen.
And were you still going okay with Cookstown?
Oh, yeah, still training away with Cookstown. We were actually doing well for Cookstown, yeah. Right. We're in the championship and stuff like that. So no, it was a shock, but look, that's the way it goes.
I presume he texts you back or gets back to you when you congratulate him.
This is lovely to hear from you. Lovely to hear from you, Mugs. We chat soon, and then we spoke there for the first time in London there on Monday.
Go away!
I swear to God, man. I swear to God.
You didn't just bump into him.
No, we were trying to launch Club Tyrone in London. So trying to raise a few pounds for the likes of Gravahide. I think they're going again.
Yeah.
New state-of-the-art weights and strength and conditioning. So we shook hands and,
bit of a chat.
And asked him, was he ready for Dublin? And he says, no, they'll destroy us. No, I joke. No. Look, he's relishing the challenge, and I wouldn't expect anything else.
That's good, though, because I was obviously knew I'd be talking to you and was reading various bits and pieces today, and I was thinking, God, this is going to be very sad if the short answer is we haven't spoken since.
No, look, as I said, don't get me wrong, when the year and a couple of years it happened, but as your body starts you're playing football, you're not fit for it no more. All right, you were fit during the time that you were dropped, but look, I'm not going to hold grudges for I respect his family, I respect Mickey himself, and I respect the whole Tyrone setup, and I'm a Tyrone supporter after all.
Yeah.
And why would I hold a grudge with a man that's won us 3 All-Irelands, and he's been influential in my career, the amount of medals I've won and stuff.
For sure. And it's been a hell of a career. Did you think maybe in hindsight looking back, post 2012, maybe Mickey's looking back in the season and he just thought, I'm sick of this lad's messing?
Without doubt. Look, he's managed a few messers in his day. He seemed to be very good at it, and how he stuck up for my man. Any man's did wrong, Mickey had their back, and I was no different, probably more than anybody else, with you going out and breaking drink bans and stuff like that. But that's the way the game's going. I was chatting to him about. He says he spoke up in the London get together there, and he says that this was the most committed bunch of players he ever had.
All right.
And he looked at Peter Callum and says, even in Peter's, he says all they want to do is train and better themselves.
Yeah.
So when you only have to look at the present Tyrone team's physique, and they're full of lung busting runs and stuff. So
it's a different game.
It is, yeah.